Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is November 5th, 2021, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the British pound tumbles after it came out with its rate decision yesterday. And looking at today's economic events, out of the United States at 2:30 South African time, we have non-farm payroll number coming out. That is an important number, probably the second or third most important number of the month. Now, looking at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, as mentioned, British pound did tumble. We're going to take a look at the euro and the Aussie USD. Now, looking at the indices, the Dow Jones takes a little bit of a breather. Doesn't sell off, but takes a breather, and NASDAQ on its dead highs. Looking at commodities, gold still unchanged, not doing much, and oil gets a soft landing. We'll take a look at that as well. Looking at the stocks, pretty much slow volume. Nothing really just jumping out at me. And lastly, looking at Bitcoin, gained slightly, but still within the range. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. We're looking at the Euro USD at a 4-hour chart, bottom of the range. This is what you want to see. This is what you want to pay attention to as this major number comes out from the United States today, the non-farm payroll. If it does break this 115-ish level, we could see it even further break down further. Okay, so just be aware of that. Now, I have to look to a weekly chart to see how much further down it could go. If it does break this area, it could definitely go down to 112, 111-ish area. Now, looking at the GBP, this is where it's at. Look at this nosedive. I mean, we went from 137 down to 134. 8-ish level, almost 200 pips in just that day of trading. Now, what's beautiful about this is that if you took some positions here, okay, at the top of the range, you should technically still be short around this area, 137.99, 138-ish level. And look at that gain. That gain would have been much twofold at that rate. Now, we do have support at 134, so just be aware of it. We're getting close to it, so it might just actually still bounce off of it. Now, looking at the Aussie USD, still showing some weakness on a 4-hour chart, not bouncing, not getting close to that 8-day moving average. So might be a breather for now, but we do have support here, okay, as you can see quite clearly. That is a decent support. So if it doesn't break it today, what I like about this is that all the major Forex symbols are on their thresholds, all on support, and that's systemic. That shows me that everything is really getting weaker versus the USD, in case the USD actually gets stronger. Okay, that's for now. Now, if the markets sell off, the US markets sell off, look at where we are at the Dow Jones. We're trading at 135, 969, okay, 970 right now. All right, but if the markets sell off today, then I would expect the dollar to bounce and that to be support for everything else that we just saw on the Forex symbol. So keep that in mind. Now, looking at oil, we had this major retracement yesterday, okay, after the spike up and then spike down. We are at a soft landing here at 79.54. If it does break this area, it breaks 78, then we could definitely see it back at 76. But this is a support area, okay, so just keep that in mind as this may still bounce off of it. Now, we're going to look at the Dow Jones again, just to give us perspective. We hit 136.70-ish level. We're about 100 points below it. Not a major retracement, okay, but it does look like it's tapering off. Non-farm payroll coming today may be a clincher, and we may take it higher. Now, when we look at the NASDAQ, look at that. Not even a red candle. I mean, that is really just very subtle. 16,300 all-time record highs. Look at that. I mean, from the year 2020, from February, we went from 6,000 to 16,000 from the pandemic. Okay, so tremendous opportunity there. And let's see how much further this could possibly go higher. I mean, until it proves to us that it's not going higher, it's going higher. Okay, so that's something to consider. Now, looking at the individual stocks, let's take a look at Microsoft, still on its dead highs, 335, as it continues to plow higher. Now, the question is whether or not it's forming somewhat of a wedge formation. Maybe it'll sell off, perhaps, but if it breaks this 135 on the upside, it could go up to 340, 350. Okay, nothing really holding it back. What is holding back is Apple. Apple not pushing above 149. Facebook also, we're looking at daily. Let's look at a 4-hour chart, a little bit more relevant, at the top of its range. So this may be a decent place for it to jump in. JP Morgan also just trading in a range. Everything is just trading in a range until something else happens. Now, looking at Bitcoin, all right, we are trading in a range big time. I mean, look at this just sideways momentum that we've had over the past 3 weeks. Okay, nothing really doing, okay, until something's doing. Okay, so I think the market is just absorbing the information and waiting for something as a catalyst to move us either higher or lower, and then we could just jump in. Okay, but until that point happens, I think we've got to just hold off and just, just pay attention to it and just respect it, because at one point it'll do one or the other. Okay, I can't tell at this stage. You can't really tell which way it's going to go, because there's no catalyst to it to go either way. Now, there are some economic factors that are still on the table, and that is something that we have to consider, and how that unloads. This is Fred Razak, and I wish you guys a great trading day and a beautiful weekend. Thank you.